Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Propagate!
Rain cutter!
Spring form!
Dissipate!
Scatter! Propagate!
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives is up.
Pretty sure that's not the normal—
Unfortunately, I must bring— Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken— In fact,
What? So you mean that—
Yes, it appeared. It seems that the Guardian Deity— As such,
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come. The truth is, the world belongs to those. Unfortunately,
So what are you planning to—
I will awaken the god that—
A god?
Osile. If such an ancient god, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis—
But the Archon War—
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you, with the power of so many, using the powers of it, but knowing that such an action— Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the... Did we make it in time?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just see?
It's not just you. We've got new Millelith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000... So will the power of the Chi...
We've already discussed this.
What? But...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once, and as fate would have it, for what could you mortal...
So be it. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millelith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Scatter! You can't run! Well, looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Our bond is strong.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Stay right there.
Propagate!
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh? The bond is strong.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the tiny giant cars. Wow, it's Madame Green's shockwave. This Granny's really strong.
No excuse for slacking. My work. You just said. Killjoy just begun. I miscalculated.
Boba, get them!
With the blood of the Chelian, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I guess this is it.
Propagate! What?
Look at me. Just... The barrier.
No excuse for slacking. Have a load of him.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Spring forth!
Look at me. Just... barrier.
Propagate! Scatter!
Look at me. Let me amuse myself.
Looks like I went too far.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it final?
The ominous aura of that the effects of the sigil. It will be some time.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened...
Save your flattery.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it is a testament to Ningguang's seeing the Jade Chamber.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice... Thank you all for hearing me.
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day. But that does not mean... Do not merely cast your protective...
Are you questioning our means of...
I mean no...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I also thought to tell him how the past generation... But I dared...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective.
Right! That's the animal Archon sought to...
Each of the 7 nations...
Though your point is the very... As Adepti, we've been...
All right, all right.
I apologize for appearing in full armor.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan. I thought this battle would perhaps... Although I am a mere...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. When danger is near, everyone... Thanks for protecting Leo.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is what the country of contract... Although their blood is the time of contracts between God...
Seeing the...
Your line of inquiry.
Seems...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands. One fears that by the time one finds... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have... But how will we ensure that...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the Oh, right! Its child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the... Oh, and speaking of that... Hyman doesn't get it, but is... The strongest league... We have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Propagate! Stand with me! strong!
Thank you. So very lady.
New stock of cigarettes. Take a look around.
I'll keep this close.
Is there anything I can do for you?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong? Last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack? We had better go and...
A reward on the road.
New stock of cigarettes is out of stock, but we have some new items in.
What should I put in my letter?
You call this co-op?
Don't Oh, it seems...
Hey, it's Zhongli and
It's you. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle! So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the heart...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morat.
What in the world are you...
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? No, wait! That...
I do not give it for free.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little...
Gather...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This, despite the eavesdropping ears of her. This meant I could remain as Zhongli. All of these things turned... I had expected them to... They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death.
Hey, what about me?
I think that thanks... If you hadn't created the...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like... Be that as it may. You've come out of this as the
Well...
Fine.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything...
Right! As you...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the cryo. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa, uncover that answer for your...
Scatter!
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god...
Yes.
Say, do you think the person who has...
Now that you mention... I mean, it all fits... Still, what's...
Ah, forget it.
So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Hear ye all, the Chi-Sing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi-Sing's announcement said. So something feels off. The cheesing or... Did Jean... Exactly, right? It's Ningguang.
As said previously,
3,000.
we the people of Liyue, now that we have awoken from our... Will you stand with us?
So concludes the words of her... Does Her Eminence the Yuheng...
Huh?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Why, you... Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
The cleanup of the...
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. And here you are looking...
Right. If... You're right.
But why would Morax lack...
As the Rex Lap, when I was journeying with you.
Oh, no wonder. But since you weren't...
Well, we were only spent in the city of commerce. We do not... The Archon Morax. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true.
Paimon think...
I fear that continuing your... Yes. The Electro-Archon Ball.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one.
That is the case. And since...
That said, though people at the... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstance, but if a person shows true strength, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how...
But starting from last year.
Vision hunt?
Yes.
They want to seize vision.
I should think that in the right...
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the fact that even I, knowing her... 7 ideals... All right then. Was... That said, I hinted as much. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. What? That said, the reason why the chief... I hinted as much to... How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then,
Children, come. You...
Oh, what is...
Oh, no. In fact...
A gift? For Paimon?
When you traversed my old... That, fortunately, I have not... Oh, I will not go. The teapot that you entered previously...
So, in the...
Oh, indeed, but that's a...
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no... What's more, Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, but almost no one, even more... In any case, Smaragdus... Goodness knows if...
Well, since you're...
Yes.
She counts?
Oh.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. Yenfei?
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written. You became one of Liyue's most wanted before finally defeating an ancient... A shame that if we had... Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. If you have an urgent...
All right, Yenfei, all right. You'll have to excuse Yenfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
And Adeptus? He mentioned they had me, and once I was all grown...
Well, that's a bit casual.
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with... Anyway, let's not dwell on...
Is that so, Yenfei? Are you...
I know, Granny, you've told me... Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa!
Commercial consultancy. Or... Snezhnaya. Found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring... So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me?
Wow. Best we be...
Hello, Mr. Cross.
Oh, good.
You're too...
Miss Yanfei.
Wait!
No, I'm not worried. The contract makes it quite... In return, I included a clause.
Guaranteed genuine? With...
Of course. This way, both the...
In that case, my...
Oh, of course. She...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell.
So, are you buying or not?
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? My associates and I are very
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I spent so much money on them. My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Pine...
Would you really?
Hold on.
Huh?
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said true. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. Furthermore, the contract, and given the rare...
Even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this...
Did you really have to pause before saying whichever way you look?
Except that if we found the hair...
Seems right.
Please. However much it is, now that it's come to...
Yes, legally. So hold on a moment.
What did I feel? My family has seen much...
Smooth to the... No, it's nothing.
You can't beat the atmosphere here at Vega.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. You lost them!
I'm sorry.
Mora! I just don't...
No problem. But before... It was in fact genuine...
Of course!
All right, understood. I'll conduct...
Thank you very much.
Looks like I'll have to find...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those...
What do you mean? Are you implying that you...
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be—
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask—
Because, as it happens, I'm currently— Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not— Also, the idea of someone abusing— But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it! If Mr. Crossell had his—
Let me tell you. Adventurer, you can last around.
Why, hello.
No, nothing of the sort.
Snezhn. That was the first time. He was quite generous. Why, yeah.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on Jade? Try your luck betting on Jade?
Huh? Yes, I've heard it said that's—
A thin layer—
If you must see for yourself—
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are—
There's nothing special to it. These two stones act— There may be only and I'm sure—
All right, let's focus—
But, never mind.
Unusual action—
Miss Yanfei?
If you could just confirm for...
Yes, that's right.
Then I have no further questions.
Of course.
Oh, I have my This document shall serve as
Yes?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident.
With this hard evidence to...
On the contrary, if you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it!
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people, as you know, legal, but the amendments, as such, legal advice...
So you helped them make...
Yes, well, that's no... You sound surprised. Oh, this has enough...
Again, with that casual...
Well, that's that then.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you.
Have no further trouble. Has a merchant by the name of
Krosel. Yes, I remember the design of the hair. This order was on hold for a very long time.
Doesn't seem like there's any
Miss Sinksy.
Yes, I'm sure of Mr. Krosel was... I also kept a copy for my own records. The inlaid gemstone is...
Thank you, Sinksy.
Sure, it isn't...
Nothing you need to worry about.
Why is everyone's first reaction...
I believe we have almost all the...
The weirdo with the snake?
Because... once we have this final...
Please, show me your prescription.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? And if it isn't me...
No, I'm here...
Smaragdus J. The Seven Mountain... It is abundant in... And I suppose...
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. It's just... But after I gave... I wonder...
You needn't...
You're too...
two guys as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Ms. Zerchow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Ms. Zerchow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either.
You know, you could...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because Traveler, would you do the honors? I'm referring to the affidavit signed by Dr. Baiju of...
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
He's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Zerchow lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see...
10 times.
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to...
20%? That...
Even if the However, Mr.
What?
Miss Yunfei.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, come on. No need...
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further...
Actually... Mr. Crossell, I could see from the hairpins you produced that you're... If we could join
let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually...
The right solution to... The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to rid an Adeptus. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by... The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to...
Ah, you've returned. Good, good.
Well, if we're all set, Grant.
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you... I've been looking into the law.
Come now, child.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Yanfei, my... Liu is all right then. Let us...
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How's...
Hold it firm. Take these blueprints with you as...
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we...
Oh, you...
Excuse us.
A letter? Oh, I see. Oh, don't mind me.
Can we actually read this?
Yes, honored guests. You must both beware. Please rest assured that the matter... Please take a seat here and...
Yay! Tasty!
Of course. Please, this way.
And Paimon thought we'd get kicked out, or turned away. Paimon didn't think Guhuaki...
Thank you for your patience. With the amount of wealth and power, for him to correct the error of his since Gentry Maltsai's business has to do with core lapis, deprived of the necessary raw material.
Great idea! That'll be but Liyue is huge.
With the timescale we are on, first, there are a number of vendors. There is also some unsold core Finally, there is Chang the Ninth's batch.
Alrighty, so 3...
Of course, we are...
Wow! So many Mora! With cash like this, Paimon...
Well, this is not... All you need to do is strike a deal. Once you have purchased all the core...
Gotta hand it to Guhua Geek. This is some seriously solid work for a guy who lives in a fantasy world. Let's do this in the order the guy said.
Hi, anything? You want... That's sad. No. Oh, it's for the Fey. Oh, don't worry. Thank you for your patronage. We...
Senua Kiosk. Place to go for classic U dishes.
Good day, my friend. Oh, I thought you... No, that I still have. Too much hassle, not enough return. What? All right. Clearly no...
Oi! Shh! All of it would be if it's for the...
Aha, finally. I thought you might come. I hear the Feiyun Commerce Guild has been buying up all the Corlapis stock in Leo. As it happens, I do have a bad... The original buyer's price was already quite high.
Are you serious?
I'm afraid it has to go to the highest bidder. Look, you have your problems to...
All right. We'll pay. When we get back, we'll just have to tell the guild that we'll sell to...
Wait, surely there's... Please, don't do this.
It might be the guild's money, but we'll have a tough time if he asks. All we...
I understand. There's just one other thing, though. There's been an... I don't know where exactly, but if... So... Maybe you could go and... Oh, thank you.
That's that, then.
Scatter! Propagate!
No, my sword! Dissipate! At the frying pan, into the fire! Oh, yeah! Make a note of...
Scatter!
That's it up! Another one? Harry, quick! That guy said there were 5 carts in total, so that should be up. Let's get back. This has all been quite exhausting for poor little Paimon. He definitely owes Paimon some snacks.
Propagate!
Another test subject.
Scatter! Propagate!
Fry!
Scatter!
Why the long face? You're alive.
Get with me!
Here, we've made a note of the cart's locations. All 5 of...
Oh, wonderful. Thank you,
Done and dusted. We make a great. Now for the final step.
Our bond is strong.
There's no end to this.
You're open!
Just who I was hoping to see. You wouldn't know.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh? What happened? Huh? Oh, but I don't care who you are.
No need. We'll take it at the
You mean... I can't believe it. But Gentry mounts...
If Paimon told you they're not gonna bother you...
Huh. But tell me.
Actually, it's for a commission. Cake...
Thank you. Thank you a million...
Good people always get what's coming. Anyway, let's get...
Everything's ready. Everything...
Have you heard? The rite of parting.
The rite of parting? Did something terrible happen again? The rite of parting?
Have you heard?
Did something terrible happen again?
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers. Is that so? Another person to...
Yep, and it's even...
Ah, yes. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain
blonde dress. Wait! Do you mean... Does that stranger's face look...
Like the honorary knights? No, they...
Serious?
That stranger declined. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now. Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Gosh, all I can think about is Knack.
Yeah.